Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 83 of Reaction Time Podcast. Today, we are talking about The Penguin, which is a spin-off series of my favorite movie from 2023.
2022.
2022.
2020.
Thank you. Sorry, 2022.
2018.
20, nope, not even close. Produced by Matt Reeves, but not directed by.
Yeah.
It's some chick. I can't remember her name.
Chick. Craig is big with the female community, folks. Real feminist here. Some chick.
Some chick.
Some lady without a Y chromosome. Yeah, I don't know who.
But yeah,
it
we're
is.
just be reviewing the first episode. And then we'll probably do one when the series ends. I wouldn't think that we would just do one for each episode. But
Right. I was kind of, I told Craig, because here's the thing. I'm kind of sick of shows being boring. Mostly shows that are spin-offs or part of like a larger franchise. I feel like they're so boring now for some reason. And so I said, if this is boring, I'm not watching it. So I wanted to get my feelers out there, you know? And so I watched it. I mean, well, first of all, we're not going to spoil anything in the first portion of this. We'll spoil a little bit later, but we'll give you a quick little recommendation or non-recommendation here first.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So are you wanting to watch the rest of the show?
Yeah.
Okay.
So far, here's the thing. I'm very intrigued, but I'm also first of all, I'm totally fine giving up if it gets lame.
Okay.
Like I'm not.
I see what you mean.
I'm invested,
You're not
but I'm not like
fully invested.
I have to watch this whole thing because nothing so crazy has happened.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So
yeah.
And I'm not super invested in the Penguin just in general. Not even super invested in like this area of DC, the Matt Reeves Batman verse. I'm not super invested in. I liked the movie, but it's like to me it was mostly forgettable. There was some stuff that I really liked, but like to me it was just like cool. You know?
Cool. A spin-off series that we don't really need.
Yeah. So
Did you
watch
watch
this first episode?
Did you watch the trailer at the very end of the episode for like throughout the series?
No, I literally fast forwarded through the credits to make sure there wasn't anything. Was there something afterwards?
It wasn't at the very end. It was just right after like it ended.
Oh.
And then I think there was maybe one credit thing, but then it was like a trailer for like the series to come. And I would say, okay, so this first episode definitely got me intrigued. I'm looking forward to the rest of the season.
Mm-hmm.
And then watching that trailer, I was like, oh, okay. I might actually be very intrigued. Because there was just like some cool stuff it seemed like they were going to show.
Yeah, it could be really, really good. And I mean, to give a quick spoiler-free just like synopsis, it's The Penguin. This is like a mob boss show in Gotham, which I think is really cool.
Oh, yeah. Super cool.
I think this is already better than what I guess Sony has tried to do kind of with like villain spin-off crap.
Right.
But also like this is super grounded. Like the Penguin does not have superpowers.
No.
Spoiler
No,
alert.
he doesn't.
But it literally
neither
is
does
just
Batman.
The funniest part of this show to me so far is that literally it's just the shrew mob scene from Zootopia, but blown up and acted by humans. Like this is basically what it is. Everybody talks the same, they dress the same, they act the same. So it's fun in that aspect. You know?
They give him a skunk bug rug.
Yeah, you give me a skunk bug rug.
You disrespected my grandmama.
It's good. My grandmama. It's a good show. It's a good mob show.
Yeah.
I think.
I actually was I honestly really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's mostly like dialogue, but it's
there's kind of some craziness.
But it's good. There's craziness. There's some action. There's some stuff that happens. There's some twists and turns and whatnot. So it's not boring talking. I think the only thing that was lacking for me was suspense. Like true suspense.
Okay.
But
Yeah, I
you
see
don't
that.
have to have that, but it kind of feels like it should be there. So
I would have liked, I don't know how you do this, but some way of giving like a little bit of a quick recap of just who the Falcones were, basically, and who Penguin is, just to kind of make sure you really know. You don't necessarily need it. It's not like I was lost in any way.
I know how you do it. You just, right off the bat, you just go, what is Falcone doing at the docks? You just need that. And then you're pretty much good to go.
Where's Falcone?
Where's Falcone?
Where's the trigger? Rachel.
But yeah, I think it's good.
What would you give it?
As an episode of television, it was like a 7.9.
Oh, okay.
Like good. Maybe pushing 8, but 8, I don't know. It's not quite 8 for me. I think from what I'm guessing, I think this show will very easily get into the 8s and maybe 9s as far as episodes go. This was like a nice introductory episode, had some fun stuff, well acted, well produced. Nothing that like blew my mind, but nothing that I was like, oh, I don't like this. This is boring, blah, blah, blah. Right? So it was like kind of like high middle of the road for me.
I was given an 8.5.
Okay.
For a pilot episode. Like I thought it was a really good pilot episode.
Yeah.
Because those are hard sometimes.
That's true.
Especially where it's not just like a comedy.
Well,
There's
yeah,
a lot to like.
It makes me think of a lot of Disney Plus shows where they always, not always, that's an exaggeration, but very often they do a 2-episode premiere because their first episode is garbage.
Yeah.
Always.
And this wasn't garbage. It was good.
No, and it's like an hour and 20 minutes long. It's super long.
Yeah.
I don't know how long every episode's going to be, but there are 8 episodes.
I think it averages to be about an hour each.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I like that. I mean, I personally think 40 minutes is the sweet spot for a TV, but I'm fine with an hour if it's good.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, that's like Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Most of those are pretty much an hour.
Yeah.
But I would say there wasn't a lot of suspense, but I would say the 3 biggest things that this show has going for me already is Colin Farrell, because he does fantastic. Yeah. The person he meets along the way, and then the villain. I'm very intrigued by the villain. Like, if they can play that person correctly, and they already have in this first episode, I'm like, whoa, what's going to go down, you know?
Yeah.
So,
for sure. Yeah, I think it's only going to get better from here.
I hope so.
It just doesn't seem like a show that they're going to make boring.
No.
It just kind of almost feels like it can't.
Yeah, and it seems like it's going to have some like cool twists and cool turns, and you know, it seems like it's going to be one of those where at the end there was something planned all along that you just didn't realize, and it's this really cool like eye-opening thing where you're like, whoa, that was awesome, you know? So I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm very curious to see what they'll do. I'm very curious to see how far they'll go, because I think one of the big things with a lot of TV shows is they don't take a lot of risks. And so like all of Disney Plus shows feel like there's no risk at all, you know?
Yeah.
Nothing ever really happens. Even if there is something crazy, it's like, it was a TV show. It wasn't even that crazy. So I'm curious, like, what they'll actually do with this. Like, is there going to be some major deaths in this? Is there going to be something that really turns the tide of what they were going to try and do with the Batman universe?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'll watch it till it's not good anymore. So
Yeah.
I would suspect that this will stay where it's at or get better. So I'll watch the
Yeah.
whole thing,
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm plenty intrigued, which is good because I usually am truly not. If I'm watching a Disney Plus show, it's 90% because I'm invested in the franchise and 10% because I'm invested in the show, if that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So, should we jump into some spoilers?
Yeah, I think so.
Let's talk about some stuff. Not a ton.
That's a nice,
not a ton
nice
of
good little
stuff, but
synopsis.
we'll do
No,
a
there's
little-
not a ton.
little something.
It'll be a little shorter
get
episode.
Get out of here if you're gonna go watch it. And stay
Yeah.
if you've watched it. Okay. So
I was gonna say something,
What?
and then I forgot what I was gonna say.
bummer. Okay, I have one question first. Was your
Okay.
was your show squished aspect ratio wise?
I don't think so.
Okay.
It fit the whole screen.
Okay. Mine was squished, I think.
Oh, I actually read about that. It's because you have an iPhone.
I wasn't watching it on my phone.
Oh,
Actually, I watched 10 minutes of it on my phone and it looked fine. And I watched this episode on 3 different devices. So I watched one on one of my TVs, one on the other one of my TVs, and then the rest of it on my phone. But I literally watched 10 minutes on my phone. And it actually looked fine on 2 of my things. It was one of my TVs, and I kept changing that aspect ratio and it never looked right. So maybe
oh, weird.
Because-
No, it always looked good for me.
because on one of my TVs it fit the entire screen, and then on the other TV it had really tiny black bars at the top and bottom. I don't know.
But it looked off.
Yeah, it was off. And I was like, oh no, is the
Yeah.
whole show squished? But I just won't watch it on that TV.
Weird. That's funny.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's good. Okay, I have one thing to say. I really only have one
Yes.
visual thing besides like all of the Colin Farrell stuff, obviously. But
Oh, so good.
Gotham looks like there's a... So it looked like this was... Well, some of it was filmed on the volume, maybe, because I know they filmed a lot of the
Okay,
Batman
okay.
on the volume, and this just looks
Yeah.
similar, so maybe I'm just guessing that. But there's definitely a ton of scenes where Gotham is very CGI, but like in a really aesthetically pleasing way that I enjoy a ton.
Yeah.
Like, I know in the past they've just kind of, sometimes they've just done, here's Detroit or Chicago and it's Gotham, right? But this is like, I feel like they designed a city and put it in CGI.
Yeah.
And it looks so nice. I don't know what it
Especially-
is, but there's something there that
Especially
I
a
love.
city that's been destroyed by the Batman.
Yeah.
You know, that whole flood and everything.
Yeah, it looks good.
It was good. Yeah.
Yeah. So really enjoying
There was
the
one-
visual, kind of the visual language of the show, I guess.
There was a time he was driving the car and it looked really off. Did you notice that
Could have
at
been a
all?
CGI car. I didn't notice it, but
It could have been.
they do a ton of CGI cars now. Did you know in
Why?
you remember in the Barbie movie when they're chasing them in that blue Chevy?
Uh-huh.
That car is CGI the entire time.
Really?
Yeah.
Why not just have somebody drive the car?
Because you can do way more with CGI. And literally, I had no idea until I found out later.
Yeah. I mean, as long as it looks good, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But
Plus, drifting an SUV, I don't think is advisable all the time, you know? So,
oh, come on. You
and
can
it's a
find
Chevy,
somebody.
dude. You can't drive that thing without it just crumbling for fun. So, oh, yeah.
Dude, Colin Farrell still looks insane.
It looks so good. There's some times where I like
so
see
good.
him poking through and I'm like, hey, it's Colin Farrell. But usually it's like,
they,
whoa.
they
who is
zoom
this?
up and it's like whoever their freaking
Prosthetic
makeup artist
makeup,
is
yeah.
needs a raise.
Well, they had one scene where they zoomed in and it was literally like from his nose to his forehead. And I was like looking for the line where the prosthetic ended and I couldn't find it.
No.
Anywhere.
And there was like a side shot too, and you could just see all the little spots where the hairs are poking through and stuff. And I was like,
it's so
what the
good.
heck? It's
So good for them
Yeah.
because they nailed it.
100%.
Yeah.
But yeah, visually looks good.
Yeah.
I mean, His car's cool looking. There wasn't really much else.
No, not really.
So-
By the way, everybody, we're not going to do like a out of 1,000 or anything. We'll do that at the end.
Yeah,
of
we'll
the
do
show.
that.
So we're just
for
gonna
the whole show.
we're just breaking some stuff down right now.
Yeah. So
Go
my
ahead.
biggest thing, I'm very intrigued by, like I said, the villain. She gives me kind of like Joker / Harley Quinn vibes from just her insanity in a way,
Yeah.
but her own thing.
There's a villain she reminds me of so much, and I can't think of who it is. And it's a lady. It's a lady villain. But she's not, there's no theatrics.
No.
And she's almost not outwardly psychopathic, but internally she is, which comes out. It's hard to explain, but her acting is very good.
So good.
Really, really good.
With her eyes and everything.
Yeah,
Like,
I think she's great.
was like,
And I love too that she is not she's not like a large physical looming presence. She looks like she's actually
Right.
tiny. I actually want to find out.
yeah. Little twig you could snap in half.
And so let's see. She's 5'2", dude.
Dang.
She's 5'2". She probably weighs what, like $120. And so she's
Yeah.
this tiny, tiny person, but there's something very like menacing and commanding about her, which makes it way cooler.
Oh,
You know
100%.
what I mean? If she's 6'10", 380, yeah, she's
Yeah.
scary. But being smaller is scarier, man.
Oh, 100%.
And you and I both have short wives. We understand the domineering power of a tiny lady.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, 100%.
They're scarier than
Yeah.
the big ones.
Oh,
so be careful out there.
definitely.
Not that my wife is
Yeah.
scary per se, but
She's behind you.
she's right behind me, isn't she? But yeah,
Got a knife.
I'm really excited to like just see what she does.
Yeah,
I think
me
she could
too.
be really cool. I think I haven't watched a ton of the Game of Thrones, but she's very similar to Emilia Clarke in that sense, where it's
Okay.
like she's pretty too, right? She's like this good looking person, tiny, dressed all fancy, and then just like scary as hell, So I like it.
Every scene with her and Colin Farrell, I felt tension.
That is, yeah, and that's where I felt the most suspense for sure, and the
Yeah.
tension. So
Just the dinner that they were in, and then when they freaking kidnap him and strip him naked, and they got the freaking like wire on his arm. I was like, ooh,
yeah,
that's something new.
yeah. Dude, so when it starts and he's up in the loft, and so Carmine Falcone dies.
Yes,
Does he die in the Batman or does he die off screen?
I think he dies.
He dies in the Batman? I can't remember. I gotta
I
go
think he
watch that
dies.
movie again. And then so his son Alberto comes up and he's talking to the Penguin and they're talking about plans and stuff like that. Whatever, I can't remember exactly what's going on. And I was like, okay, this show's gonna be a ton of talking, so it's just like boring. Then he stands up and he's like, shot, and just like, okay. It's gonna be that
Yep.
kind of show then. He's just gonna shoot people
yeah.
just because.
That was, I did not expect that.
No. Out of the blue.
No.
And it was what, 4 minutes in?
Maybe 5.
So that was when I was like, I sat up in my seat, You're like, okay, where are we going? What's gonna happen?
Okay, hold on. Maybe this show might be kind of cool.
Yeah. And then it was good from there.
Yeah.
So
It seems like he's going to try and take over the city.
Uh-huh.
He knows where the next big drug heist thing is going down because
Yeah.
he had the phone. I love the kid.
yeah.
I'm really enjoying their dynamic already.
Is it Victor?
Victor,
Vince?
yeah,
Yeah, Victor, okay.
yeah, because he just calls him Vic.
Yeah, I
But
like
think it's
the
Victor.
dynamic.
And that's where I'm like, what are they going to do? Because is he just going to come full circle and just become the next Penguin type person, or is he going to stab him in the back at some point?
Yeah.
Are they going to kill him off? Is Penguin going to kill him? You know, like that's what I'm wondering. How far are they going to go? What risks are they going to take?
Yeah.
You know, that's what I'm excited about.
My guess is all of it.
Yeah.
They're going to take all the risks.
I hope so.
I also like a little bit that the Penguin, he's like a little bit got a heart. Like he's obviously psychotic and a mob boss, but he's also like, he can be a little bit nice and he loves his mama, which I guess I think that's a mob boss thing anyways. Like you got to love your mama because you're Italian, you know?
Yeah.
Why is his mom like 10 years older than him? Can you explain that one to me? Because he's like what, 40 and she's like 50?
Maybe she's 60.
Feels generous. If she's 60, it makes sense. That's fine.
Maybe she's just been using a lot of ketchup because it's really rejuvenating.
It's really
for the
rejuvenating for the skin. Yeah.
But yeah, I really like that scene, and I like that she totally knows everything that's going on.
Yeah. And I love so when he goes to the prison and he like gives the guy the ring. You know, I'm like, oh man, he failed or whatever. And then later, you realize it's all part of the plan. You're like, oh, this is so good. Because I kind of started thinking like he was maybe a little stupid or he was just going to be like a failure. And then you realize like it's part of his plan to frame this other dude who's in prison.
Mastermind.
And you're like, oh, wait, he's a genius. This is great. So,
and that's what I really want. I want like an end, you know, episode 8, it's Colin and the sister, and she's got him, you know, in like there's no way he's gonna make it out, and then he like does something, and there's this crazy flashback of this whole thing that he's been setting up, and you're like, what?
Yeah.
You know, that's what I want. I want something so cool like that, and I hope they do because they're already showing that it's dark. You know. We've got language, and they're not holding back. And so I want them to just not hold back.
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
I'm excited too. You know what's dumb though? The next episode doesn't come out till Sunday.
When did the first one come out?
On Thursday.
Why not another Thursday?
I don't know, but then it's Sunday every day, every week.
So I guess they just pre-released it.
It's Sunday at 7 p.m. our time.
Sunday.
I don't know why shows feel the need to do a weekday release of the first episode all the time. That seems weird to me.
I don't know why shows feel the need to release weekly still.
This is my opinion. I think if you have a great show, you should release it weekly. And if you have a mid show, you should release the whole thing at once.
No.
Yeah,
let me binge watch it.
No, I know. But for making sense businessly wise,
it makes 100% sense.
But if you're a Disney Plus show, release it all at once. They're the ones who are confused.
Yeah.
Because your shows suck butts. And none of, like, maybe as a whole, your show is a 6 out of 10, but each episode is like a 4, then a 5, then a 7, then a 3, then an 8, then a 1. And it's like, just release the whole thing all at once. Let me watch it as a movie because I know it's going to suck anyway. Put me out of my misery.
And maybe you'll like it a little bit more.
Yeah. So actually, for a show like this, that first of all, the episodes are like an entire movie length anyway. And then, well, half a movie. But still, I think if it leaves off on cliffhangers and it's really well done, I'd actually prefer every week because it gives me something to look forward to.
Yeah. At the same time, though, let me ask you this. If the first episode wasn't great, but the whole show was out, would you watch it?
I'd be less likely to.
Really? See,
especially if I wasn't doing a podcast. If I wasn't doing a podcast about this stuff, I'd probably watch the first one and then just be like, I don't really care anymore. Because I don't have time. I don't have time to watch 8 hours of something that I don't like.
Well, no, I know, but I would be way less likely to watch it if I had to wait a week and I already didn't care for it. But if the next episode was already available, I would be like, let me try the next one.
Here's my thing. I can find 1 hour a week to watch something I don't care about. I cannot find 8 hours at a time. Or even
don't have to
in the
watch
in
it
the
all
remote
at one
vicinity.
time.
No, I know, but if I turn it off, I know I'm not going to turn it back on again if I don't like it. I'm going to reach for something
But I think
else.
I think if there's another episode available right then, you might be like, let me see where this goes. But if you have to wait a week, you're just like, who cares?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's definitely happened. Here, you know what is interesting? This show already is what I got to talk about Star Wars. This is what the Boba Fett show should have been. Like 100%. Because when they kind of reintroduce him, he's like, he goes and he kills the dude who's sitting on Jabba the Hutt's throne, and he's like, this is my place now. And you're like, sick. And they're like, his show's coming.
Yeah.
So you're like, what? And then there's like this weird frou-frou Spy Kids crap. It should have been this. This would have been so cool as a Boba Fett show.
And not even the good Spy Kids.
No, this was like bad Spy Kids. This was like Spy Kids 3D, but it wasn't even 3D. Spy Kids 3D in 2D. But anyway,
I think Spy Kids 1.
Spy Kids 1 is great. Spy Kids 2 is okay
Dude,
because it's got Steve Buscemi. Spy Kids 3 sucks.
Yeah, Spy Kids 1 is 1,000 out of 1,000. We all know that.
Pff, easy.
Yeah, easy.
You seen Napoleon Dynamite? Buckle up. Speaking of Napoleon Dynamite, I thought it was very serendipitous that we got the Napoleon Dynamite song in the car when he's beating that guy up.
What?
Are you kidding me?
Oh, yeah. When the guy's coming and beating him up in the car and he hits the radio.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about now.
Okay, good. Okay, I have to find it. I have to find out what that song is called now. Do they not even have a Napoleon Dynamite soundtrack?
They totally
kidding?
do. They totally do.
But what's the song called? I just need to know what the song is called.
I don't know.
This is the worst.
All I know is the freaking
It's not the If You Fall, I Will
Dolly
Catch You.
Parton
It's the other
song.
one. Craig, tell me what
Just
it
watched
is.
it. Time after time. We just watched it. What was it?
Is it Time After Time? I
I
don't know.
don't think it was.
I don't know. Not mad.
Now I'm mad.
I'm never going to figure it out either.
I totally forgot about that. I literally did.
Oh, well, it was so funny to me because we just did Napoleon Dynamite. And then he
I
turns
know.
on the radio by accident. I'm like, wait a second.
Also, why is Dolly Parton in everything now? I feel like I hear her
What?
songs in so many movies and TV shows.
I don't know. at
Am I
all
insane
what
for
is.
that?
I have not seen her in anything. Was she in
Not
this
her,
show?
but her songs. No,
Oh.
it ended with her 9 to 5 song.
Maybe she got a new publicist and they're killing it. Oh,
Yeah. You know that
I
song.
didn't know that was by her though.
Yeah, it is. And I feel like that song and her music has been like I think it was in Deadpool and Wolverine. It definitely was. There was another one in another movie, and I'm just like, is she like making a comeback or something?
Maybe.
Yeah. I don't know. But
It's
I'm liking
The
the score so
Promise
far.
by When in Rome. Hold on.
Promise.
Come on, give it to me, baby. Is it this?
I know. I can hear it. What? I can hear.
Yeah. When you're in danger.
That's what it is.
Take
a look all around.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I'm just thinking of the right words to say.
Yeah. That's it. I'm sure it's going to sound really good with our delay.
Oh, man. That's funny.
Anyway.
Yeah.
But also, I
You
like
have anything
the
else you wanted to talk about?
just the I don't know if it's even the theme song because I can't even remember if it played like with the logo. But there's kind of this really hard like cello, like really aggressive cello music. But it's not even that long. It's like kind of quick. I really like it. I think it's fitting and works well. And then I didn't notice a ton of music outside of that, but I'll kind of pay more attention.
No, it was more of just like your typical, just kind of random music.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just like, oh, I'm liking the music. You know, it's not anything that I'm hating. There's some stuff that's been cool. But yeah, it felt like the cello. It felt like the Joker in certain instances.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
okay. Well,
that's it though.
Yeah,
I'm excited though.
that's it. Yeah,
I'm excited to watch the rest of it.
Nice little short episode just to talk about it, and we'll do a full one with all of our vibe and out of 1,000 when the whole show's out.
Yeah,
if Sam makes it through, depending on how it goes.
I probably will. Let's be real. I don't give up on shows very often.
No, if you're still watching Star Wars, yeah.
Yeah, but that's different. I care. I want it to be good.
I understand, but if anything, the fact that you care should mean that you don't want to watch it anymore because it just keeps breaking your heart.
And realistically, we should all boycott what they're making so that they finally realize that we hate it, but we can't because they roped us in as children, and it's hard to leave.
Yeah. But hey, Inside Out 2's on Disney Plus now.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Nice.
We started watching it today because the kids wanted to watch it.
It's a beautiful flick.
Yeah.
Well, Joker in 2 weeks.
Okay. Joker in 2 weeks. Wild Robot.
Next week. Right?
Next week. Yeah. Yeah.
Sounds good.
We'll either see it Saturday or Monday, just depending on how things go. Saturday's our anniversary, so we can't decide if we want to go see it or not go see it.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Is this your 16-year anniversary?
12.
Why did I think you had been married for 15 years?
I don't know. That means I would have been married at like 16.
Checks out.
I'm only 31.
12. You got married at 19?
Yeah.
Jeez, bro.
You didn't know that?
Did you beat teen pregnancy? Yeah, you beat teen pregnancy. Never mind. Your kid's only 5.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, dude, we were married for like freaking 7 years before we had any kids.
I beat teen pregnancy a long time ago. I was kind of proud. I'm kind of stoked about it, actually.
Yeah, I'm hearing really good things about the Wild Robot, so I'm very excited
to watch it.
It's the How to Train Your Dragon director.
Oh, that makes sense then.
And Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah.
So, makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, so Wild Robot next week, Joker the next week.
Yeah. So look forward to that.
Joker the next week or no?
Yeah. Isn't it the beginning of October? No, it's middle of the way for October.
Because it's October 4th, right, that it comes out?
Yeah.
Or 3rd, I guess.
Is it really
technically
October
it will
4th?
be out. So we'll do Wild Robot next week. Oh, yeah, and then we can do Joker the next week.
Yeah.
For sure.
Dang, okay.
Definitely.
And then...
Except I will be gone the 4th through the 7th.
Okay.
So I'll have to see it maybe that Tuesday.
Okay.
On the 8th.
And then we'll do some scary movies.
And then we'll do some scary movies for sure.
Yeah.
For sure, dog. When's Gladiator? Is that November?
That'll be fun. I think that's November.
Okay.
Then we got like Sonic 3.
Sweet. I still need to see Sonic 2, but I loved Sonic 1, so. Cool.
I've never seen Sonic 2, so I'll have to watch that one also.
Yeah. We'll do the Sonic trilogy. Can you believe Sonic's going to have a trilogy?
Isn't that kind of
What universe are we living in?
There's a Mario movie and there's a Sonic trilogy. What world are we living in?
Good world. Okay, well,
Okay.
is that all she wrote?
Yeah.
Bring us home, sir.
Thank you for another episode of the true meaning of rainbow elephants. Alternating catastrophes.
That's great.
Dude, rainbow elephants, alternating catastrophes. Telephones inside. What was inside?
Oh,
Telephones inside out.
oh wow.
Now, taquitos internalize many earthquakes.
What? That? The words are getting bigger, Craig. You know why, guys? I bet and none of you knew this, but Craig has a 127 IQ according to the internet. According to BuzzFeed, Craig has a medium IQ.
According to a free IQ test
Craig
found
took
on
a
Google.
BuzzFeed quiz that said, which friend character are you? And it said, you have a 127 IQ. And he went and told all of his friends.
It's all right. I'm in like the 2.1 percentile. It's fine. I won't brag about it.
Isn't that terrible?
No. Like there's only like 2.1% of the population that's
You
at
said
that.
the 2.1 percentile, which is almost as bad as it could be. Sorry, brother.
My kid just did his like testing and stuff at his kindergarten. He's only like in the 97th percentile.
Pretty
That's
good.
fine.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Whatevs.
Well, Craig, you are truly 1 in 100, and we are proud of you for that.
Thank you. Thanks.
Okay, folks. See you later.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.